The date is June 7th, 2023. Mojang just released Minecraft version 1.20, promising new blocks, new transportation, a new biome, and a new structure based on archaeology and excavation. For a while, people liked it, but as time went on, more and more people grew bitter over it. Talks about how Minecraft isn't fun anymore, Minecraft is dying, Minecraft is flawed start popping up all over the place. People started losing faith in the block game that they once loved. There was only one thing that could save us all. A new update, promising things people have been asking for ages. The holy gospel of updates. Our last hope. And on the faithful day, July 13th, 2024, it arrived.
Hey, wait a minute. Wasn't it released in June, not July?
Oh shit, yeah, it was.
You idiot. What have you done? You've already made a mistake, and now no one's gonna watch this video. You're not credible enough.
Okay, look, it's fine. It's fine, alright? I have a plan.
What plan? You've already made them click off.
Okay, trust me, okay? Turn on the face cam.
The fuck is that gonna do?
Just trust me on this one, okay? Just trust me. So after a year of people complaining about how the last update was underwhelming, Minecraft 1.21 has finally dropped. Now, the question on everybody's mind is it any good? Did our last hope deliver, or did it fail? So basically, I'm just gonna go through all the features in this update and just say my general thoughts on them. Considering how I'm a distinguished Minecraft pro, my opinions have absolutely no substance behind them. The only thing that really matters is how you feel about the features in this update. I mean, I'm just a 17-year-old with like 500 subs on YouTube, so I mean, does it really matter if what I say is not what you think? So we'll start off with probably the most important feature of the update, the entire cornerstone of it all, the giant selling point, the new paintings. Yeah, let's go! The new paintings! Oh my god, this is so good, dude. I'm about to buy. Yeah, they're alright. I like them. I think I like this one the most. Alright, moving on now to the most important feature, the cornerstone of the entire update, the main selling point, the crafter and the new redstone blocks. This one actually won't be so short, I promise. I mean, it'll be a little short, but not too short. You know, it'll be longer than the last one. You know, you get what I mean, right? The thing is, Minecraft is a game where you can do anything in it. It's a sandbox game, therefore, you will have people of all playstyles play it. You got combat-hardened adventurers who travel to the deep pits of hell and battle anything in their way. You got builders who, piece by piece, brick by brick, build towering creations that stand the test of time. You got redstoners who tinker with the inner mechanics of the game, finding any weakness that they can in order to create complex machines for any task, no matter how big or small. And you have many other playstyles that branch off the three mentioned or do something new entirely. The point is, Mojang has to create updates that appeal to almost everybody. And for 1.21, this was their way of appeasing the redstone players. Now, if these features did what they were meant to do, I'm not really sure. Because when the crafter was announced, I remember people going crazy over it. Now, when Mojang changed the crafters and the copper bulb to be like other redstone blocks, I think it was a tick thing, people were very unhappy about it. Now, from what I've gathered, they haven't reverted this change, and since then, people have remained unhappy about it. So, are they any good? Well, I've said this before in other videos, but I'm not really a redstoner, so personally, I can't really tell you. I probably won't have much use for them, but others might. Yo, are you gonna use the crafter?
What? How am I supposed to know? I'm not a redstoner either.
Now, moving on to the actual most important feature of the update, the cornerstone of the entire thing, the main selling point, the armadillo, which I guess is like a 1.20.5 thing, but honestly, who cares? I'm including it anyway. Now, amid the mob vote chaos that happened in October, which I talked about in more detail in this video right here, when the armadillos were first added to the game, it really did not look good. But thankfully, Mojang turned the entire thing around by reworking it. Now, instead of reducing damage like every other armor in the game, it completely absorbed it. Instead, any damage taken lowers the durability until it eventually breaks. I genuinely thought that Mojang would really never do anything like this, especially this fast. I think the new change is great, and it honestly made one of the more disappointing features into one of the better ones. However, I do think that they should have removed the brownish outline of the armor when you dyed it, and instead dyed the entire thing that color. But I guess that's just a nitpick at that point. The armadillo itself is fine for what it does. It adds life to one of the most barren and lifeless biomes to the game, which is something I'm always down for. Now, finally moving on to the main aspect of the update, the cornerstone of it all, the main selling point for real this time, the trial chambers. To be 100% honest here, I think that these are some of the best things added to Minecraft in a long time.
Wow, man, that's some insane glazing right there.
Let me explain why. The attention to detail in these things, from the sounds to the effects to the gameplay itself, is something I really don't think I've seen in a Minecraft update for a while. It's extremely fun to play through because it actually is kind of challenging at times, even with powerful sets of armor if you happen to encounter multiple spawners at once. Really, it never gets too boring because there are enough varied rooms, all with their own designs and traps that you need to look out for. When I played through it, I'll be real, I was kind of sad that I was finished with everything because I was just having so much fun. Oftentimes with Minecraft structures, the risk and reward don't really match up. There's either too much risk for too little reward, or there's too much reward for too little risk. With a new powerful weapon being added, which I'll get to later, and with the only way of obtaining such item through the trial chambers and powerful enchantments to go along with it, I think the risk/reward of this structure are pretty balanced. The rewards you get are pretty decent, and the challenges to get those rewards are pretty decently hard as well. But they aren't perfect, like all things are. Except for me. One thing that annoyed me a lot was that when I used the ominous bottles to transform the trial spawners into ominous ones, I just could not open any of the vaults because the spawners just never gave me a regular key, only ominous ones. Now, this was probably due to the chambers being designed where you go through once normally, unlocking all the regular vaults, and then you go again, this time drinking an ominous potion. But like, come on, if I do it like the opposite way, am I really supposed to be locked out of getting everything else? I mean, I want the other loot too. I feel like when you eventually defeat the ominous spawners, there should at least be like a chance to get the normal key as well. You know, just so I can unlock some of the vaults, you know, like please. Also, I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but some of the chests just flat out have nothing in them. Like, is that a bug, or are we just trying to repeat that same Allier Fortnite clip?
Nothing?
Now, you may have seen me talking about ominous stuff, so let's talk about that a little bit more. Yeah, so instead of killing a raid captain and getting the bad omen effect, they instead drop a bottle, so now you can just choose whether you have the effect or not. Now, this change has had pretty mixed opinions, with some saying that it completely doesn't make sense in a lore sense, and it completely removes the downside of killing pillager captains. We all know why Mojang did this. It's to nerf raid farms, make them not able to work anymore. And honestly, I'm all for this change, because let's be real, raid farms are just way too overpowered. But I wouldn't say it's the end of the world for these types of things. Players will always find the most optimal way to play a game. I think players will just find new ways to reclaim what is lost. Now, with the mace, I don't think it's that powerful. You see so many clips of people jumping off from world height and one-shotting the warden with it, using that to claim how overpowered it is, when let's really think critically for a moment, alright? How many times will you jump off somewhere really high onto a really powerful mob in a regular survival world? Most of the time, you won't. It's a situational weapon.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What am I forgetting? Oh, Let's talk about Wind Burst. It propels you in the air whenever you hit something, so you'll do more damage on the next hit. Yeah, Wind Burst is fine and helps you do more damage, but really what's gonna happen here? You're super high up in the air, and unless you have the skill to consistently land water buckets or wind charges, you're either going to just die or take lots of damage. But that's the thing. If you have the skill, it's a skilled weapon. You need to be good to get any value out of it. It's a strategy that is difficult to sustain, and from that, I think it's balanced. Regarding wind bursts themselves, I think they're pretty useful and fun to use. I found that if you angle yourself the right way where you are almost hitting the block next to you, you can really just use them to scale almost anything. Now, I kind of wish you could throw fire charges like you can with wind charges, and honestly, I hope that Mojang adds that in the future. And also, regarding Mojang, please, Mojang, I am begging you, we need an earth and water blaze in the game. Please, let us become the Avatar. Now, that's honestly all the most important things. The music discs are cool, I guess. The new music itself is, once again, pretty good. And it's a pretty good update. I think it's worth the hype, honestly. I don't really think this update will calm down the Mojang is lazy, Minecraft is boring crowd, cause frankly, I don't think anything will. The bottom line is most, and I say most because I think some have pretty decent points, but most people who claim that Minecraft is getting boring, I think are just missing the point. Minecraft is a sandbox game. It isn't Terraria. The fun, in my opinion, from Minecraft isn't getting the best gear as fast as possible and fighting big bosses. It quite literally is from doing anything else. Building houses, building towns, mining for your own resources, getting pets, exploring new places, not because they have some external benefit, but because you fucking can. That's where the fun lies. Doing just random things, not for rewards, but because you can. The reason why you get so bored might just be because you just keep playing the game the same way over and over again. But even with that, are people really wrong for playing the game this way? Given the opportunity, players will always optimize the fun out of a game. And if the most optimal way to play a game isn't always the most fun one, well, then that's tough. Because players, once they get better at the game, will just force themselves into playing the same way over and over again. Look, I can't force you to play the game in any way. What way you want to play the game is fine. But I will say this though, and if you have anything to take away from this video, take away this. When you first started playing the game, what did you do? I know damn well you didn't scramble to get the best gear as fast as possible. In fact, I bet you probably didn't even know an Ender Dragon existed. What I do know is that you probably just did random stuff. So my final message is this. Maybe take some time to switch things up. Do something different. After all, the game's design allows you to do basically anything you want. It pains me to see that people don't utilize that. And it pains me when people say that the way to make the game better is to just make it like Terraria with 5 new sets of tools and armor and just more bosses. Be different. Don't play the same way you have been playing for 15 years. The 2-week Minecraft phase is entirely self-induced because players don't want to do anything but trying to get the best things as quickly and efficiently as possible. Sure, that isn't the wrong thing to do. I just said it wasn't a while back, but it just feels like you are just locking yourself off from what the rest of the game has to offer. Wait, what was this video about? Oh, 1.21? Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, the update's great, alright?